Hi guys, this week we are going to be focusing on addition, and I'm going to be teaching you three different methods of adding, three different methods of addition. All right, now all the methods that I'm going to be teaching you will involve breaking it down. All right, remember our old magic ones that we use? All right, we break numbers down in order to make it simpler for us to add or subtract or whatever we're doing, even if we're doubling. So remember, I taught you that breaking down is like having a magic wand, okay? It makes your life easier. Who wouldn't want a magic wand? I know I would like a magic wand to make my life easier. So breaking it down makes your life easier. And we use methods to help us add or subtract or whatever easier. All right, so if we have these little methods that we can use or apply, it makes, especially when you have bigger numbers like this, it makes it easier to do. So with the grouping method, we do just that. We are going to group our numbers into hundreds, tens, and units. All right, so if you have 125, all right, we're going to go 100, and you see now here's the breaking down, and 20, and 5. Okay, all right, so we've broken that number down, all right, and you can even write it on top of the number with your pencil, just so that you can properly see. All right, and then same with this number. We're going to break it down. 360 and 3. All right, so 363. All right, now like I said, it's the grouping method, so we're going to put them in their groups. So we're going to group all the hundreds together, all the tens together, and all the units together. That's why we call it the grouping method. All right, so I'm going to do just that. So the hundreds are, here we have 100 and 300. Those are our hundreds. So, all right, let's start with 100 first. 100 plus 300. Okay, so now that is one group. And to show that it is a group, all right, just to make it easier for you to see, I put it in like a little brackets. All right, now we're going to add the tens together. All right, so we got 20 here, and we got 60. So we're going to put that in its own little group, 20 plus 60. And put it in like a little group like that. Okay, and then finally we're going to put the units in their own little group. All right, the 5 and the 3. All right, so 5 plus 3. Okay. All right, so just if I stand back, you can see the hundreds group, the tens group, and the units group. All right, now you can add them up in their own little groups. I always say start with the units. All right, start with the units. This will help you when you're subtracting. Not so much, it doesn't really make any difference with adding. But if you just have that rule in your head, it will make your life easier when it comes to subtraction. All right, so if we add this one together, it comes to 8. If we add this together, it comes to 80. If we add that hundreds group together, it comes to 400. All right, okay, so that's what we're left with. Now, that is not our final answer. All right, now we have to take those separate totals and add them together. And if you do that, you're going to have an answer of 488. And that's your final answer. All right, so that is the grouping method. All right, let's do some other examples. Okay, let me just wipe my board clean. All right. Break it down, guys. Break it down. It makes your life simpler. Okay, let's do this number here. All right, I've got some sums written on this side. Okay, now there's a reason why I've included that. Okay, there's the sum on the board. Okay, 105 plus 254. All right, now the reason why I've included this number here is because it has a 0. And what do I always say about zeros? Don't get weird about zeros. Don't have a nervous breakdown because you see a 0. All right, remember 0 is just another number. All right, it means nothing. There's nothing. All right, just like I've shown you in the previous example, break it down. So here we have 100. Here for our tens, there's nothing. So put nothing, put 0. And for our units, we have 5. All right. Now we've broken it down. For this number, we have 200, we have 50, and we have 4. All right. So now that we've broken it down, we're going to put them in their groups. All right. So for our hundreds group, we've got 100 and we've got 200. All right. We're going to write that 100 plus 200. And we're going to group it. All right. For our tens group, we got 0 and we got 50. All right. So just write 0 plus 50. All right, and for our units group, we have got 5 and 4. 5 plus 4. Okay, so let's add those up, starting with the units. We got 9. 0 and 50 is 50. And 100 and 200 is 300. All right. We are not finished yet. That's not our final answer. All right, we have to add those numbers together. And when we do, we have an answer of 359. All right. Okay, let's do another number. Another example. Okay, so we're going to do this number here. 143 plus 26. All right, so the reason why I've included this example is you're going to see here in this number we've got hundreds, but there we don't. All right, so that all that means is that 100 is going to be on its own. All right, so 100, we're going to break the number down, 40 and 3, 20 and 6. Let me just actually take that away. All right. Okay, so now we're going to group it. So we have 100. This side, there's no 100. You can leave it in a group on its own, or you can go plus 0. Okay. Then we have 40 and 20. And we have 3 and 6. All right. That is not our final answer. We now have to still add these little totals. All right. 9, 40 and 20 is 60. 100 and nothing is 100. All right. Put them together. Put those numbers together. And we have 169. All right. Okay, I'm going to also, in your example that you guys are going to do, I'm going to throw in a number with 1,000. Okay, now just remember 1,000 will just be in a group of its own. So don't get all weird about that. Okay, so let's have a look at the final example that we are going to do. All right, 1,213 plus 351. All right, there's our sum. Okay, so remember, 1,000's going to go in a group on its own. There's no 1,000 here. Okay, so don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. All right, we have 200, we have 10, and we have 3. All right, so I've broken this number down. 1,200, add another 0 there, 10 and 3. All right, and then this one is 350 and 1. Okay. All right, now we're going to put them in their own little groups. All right, we have 1,000. There is no 1,000 for that number. It's fine. You can put it in a group on its own, or you can go plus nothing. All right. Okay, that's 1,000. Now we have 200 and 300. 200 plus 300. Then we have 10 and 50. All right, and then we have 3 and 1. All right. Okay. All right, so there we have our groups. 1,000 plus 0, 200 plus 300, 10 plus 50, 3 plus 1. Let's add them. We have 4 here. We have 60 here. We have 500 here. And we have 1,000 here. Okay. Now we have to put those numbers together, add them up, and we have 1,564. All right. I'm going to give you a few examples to do. All right. You're going to do them in your maths book. All right. You're going to write addition, the grouping method. You're going to put the maths date. And you're going to go ahead and do those sums. If you have a look at this example here, all right, this is a child from last year. Okay, you can see that she's got her head in, the grouping method, she's even highlighted it, and you can see how nicely she spaced it out. All right, you've got lots of pages in your book. Okay, don't work all squishy, squashy, write neatly, take up as much space as you need. All right, and let's see how you do. I'm going to give you, I will post on the group, on the Discord, 4 examples of sums that I want you to do.